What's up, guys? This is Ty again. In this video, I want to talk about what is better, the dumbbells, the barbells, or the kettlebells. Okay, these are the three most common types of resistance type training that you can do to get bigger, stronger, faster, whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? Whatever your goals are. In my opinion, well, this is not just my opinion, but the most commonly used one is obviously the bar, and then the dumbbell, and then the last one is the kettlebell. Okay. My thing is this, is that it depends upon, this is what I always talk about training sports specific, or any kind of training specificity, and it's just a fancy word that comes from the word specific. So it's important that you train specifically for what it is that your goal is, okay? If your goal is to just look good, you know, you just want to work out to look good and be in shape and everything like that, for fitness reasons, then barbells and dumbbells are plenty. I really don't ever see a point, you know, where you need to use kettlebells. The reason why I say that is simply because most gyms don't have kettlebells, okay? And the ones that do, they're not fully stocked, okay? As much as you might see it in the magazines and the books and the online websites and everything, when you actually go to a real gym, and when I talk about a real gym, I'm talking about a public gym such as Gold's Gym where I used to work at, or at 24 Hour Fitness or LA Fitness, or any of those big you know, public gyms like that. They have a certain budget that they set aside, and each the way that we got new equipment was that every month they had each gym would have X amount on their budget for new equipment, and the trainers would get together and they would vote on what equipment to get. And despite the fact that you might see a lot of popularity with the kettlebells and everything, the reality is that most of the trainers do not use that to train their clients, because the risk of injury is a lot higher. The kettlebells are really good for someone that's training like in the mixed martial arts or anything like that, or some kind of explosive sport. But if you're just training just to look good and just feel good every day, then it's really not that necessary. Okay. The dumbbells and the barbells is pretty much all you need. If you're training for like football or baseball, any of that, then the barbells and the dumbbells are really good. Let me just go over real quick when I think the advantages are of each one, okay? The advantages of the bar is really well whenever you are training for maximum strength, okay? If you want the most brute strength available, or pure, just outright pure strength, then the bar is really excellent for that because it maintains balance. And out of all the three pieces of equipment there, the free weights, the bar by far is the most safest and the safest one, and the one that will provide the least amount of injuries. Okay. Second to that is the dumbbells. Okay. The dumbbells are really good at building a size and strength, and they're relatively safe if you've been training for more than 6 months or so in the gym. But if you're a beginner and you've just been to the gym for the first time, using dumbbells is not relatively safe. Matter of fact, the risk of injury, especially to your shoulder joint and your rotator cuff, is a very, very high. And dropping a dumbbell in your face is extremely high risk too. So I don't recommend, when I was training clients at the gym, whether it was at the gym or in the federal prison system, it's rare that I ever used dumbbells, even though they were plenty available. It's rare that I ever use that to train someone in the first 3 to 6 months of their workout career, okay? The dumbbells are very excellent at when you are not in balance. Like, for example, if you train chest and one side is stronger than the other, one side is smaller than the other, then it's really good to have dumbbells, because then that separates both sides of your body, and then you can do it independently and train both sides to balance it out. In situations like that, if I have one side of my body that's stronger than the other side, or I have a client that has one arm stronger than the other, what I would normally typically do is there's two approaches to that. I would either have them do a bigger dumbbell on one side that's like 10 pounds bigger. So in other words, they'll dumbbell press 100 pounds here and do 90 pounds on this side, on the strong side. Obviously, you're going to put more weight on the weaker side to force it to get bigger and stronger. The other one is if you don't have a variety of dumbbells, like what happened to us when we were banned from working out and training people in the federal prison systems. When they got tired of us getting too big and strong, Congress had, once they put that law out to ban us from working out with weights in there, what we did was we were allowed to have the remaining weights that we had left in the gym, but we couldn't go out there and buy any more. So it was through a process of attrition. So at that point, when we could not get any more dumbbells and we only had a few remaining dumbbells, what we did was that we would do the dumbbells, and then at the end we would stop right before failure, and then we would do an extra 2 or 3 dumbbells reps on the weak side. So that's a huge advantage of dumbbells. You cannot do that with a bar, okay? Now, you can do that with a kettlebell too, but it's not very realistic because when you're laying down, or there's certain pressing exercises that it's not very safe to do with a kettlebell, simply because the way that it's configured, the way the handle is, it's not very balanced. In other words, it's very difficult to try to dumbbell press like 150 pounds using a kettlebell, okay? So things like that. So when you're training guys that bench like 400 or 500 pounds, like some of the guys that I trained back in the federal prison system, it would be extremely difficult, and it's very unsafe to train someone that's pressing that much weight with just a weight in their hand that they cannot safely hold with a tight grip and have it balanced in their hand, okay? And the other thing too is that it's extremely difficult to manhandle a 100-pound kettlebell or 150-pound kettlebell. It's hard enough to manhandle that when it's a dumbbell already. So hopefully this video was able to provide you guys with some information. There's no such thing as a perfect piece of free weight training equipment for everybody, okay? Each person is going to vary depending upon what your sports activity is and what your goals are, and that will determine what type of equipment is best for your situation. So thanks for watching this video, and if you guys like it, subscribe to my channel, and I invite you guys to subscribe to the Modern Sports Training newsletter at modernsportstraining.com/newsletter, and then we'll get started from there, and I'll do my best to help you guys with increasing your sports performance.